Good morning, boys and girls. How are you doing? Praise Jesus. Hope you're keeping safe, you're strong and healthy. We thank God for this day that He has given us. Hope you've been remembering to put on your mask and you are keeping your safe distance. We are so thankful that God has continued to watch over us and protect us. And you know what, boys and girls? God is surely faithful, and He is going to make sure that we don't get sick. He is going to protect us. My name is Teacher Grace, and I'm so excited coming from East Assembly Children's Church. And thank you so much for tuning in. How have you been? How are your parents? How are your friends? I mean, it feels like forever. Today, I'm with my friend George. And I don't know, George? Hi, George.
Hi, Teacher Grace.
How are you?
Well, can I tell you the truth?
Yes, George.
I'm not happy.
Oh, gosh.
It's my sister, Sarah.
Your
you know
sister,
what
Sarah,
doing?
what did she do today?
This time, I have been keeping my toys in her room.
Okay.
And she keeps losing them. She lost my transformer toy.
Okay.
And this morning, I can't find my Spider-Man toy.
Okay.
So I've decided to get out of that room, and
Yes.
I'll never go back to that room again.
I'm sure, George, your toy is somewhere in the
I'm moving
room.
my toys to another room.
Oh.
I'm through. I'm done. It's over and out.
Okay, I hear you, George. Now, did you say good morning to the boys and girls, or you're just complaining about Sarah losing your toy?
Forget. Hello, my friends.
Hi, George.
Hi. I've missed you too.
We've missed you. Sorry about your toy that you cannot find right now. But you know what, George? I'm sure your toy is somewhere in the room. You just need to look for it. And maybe just organize your room. You see, when you have things all over in your room, it's so hard to find something that you really want and you're looking for. So make sure that you fold your clothes and put your shoes neatly in the shoe rack. And then maybe it will be easier to find your toys. I don't think Sarah has lost your toy.
No, I told her that I'm quitting, I'm leaving her, and I'm going away.
Oh my, that sounds very unkind, eh? But you know what, George?
What?
That reminds me, the story is about a boy who had some problems, and it's a boy that was in a family, and they lived in the farm.
Oh, they lived in the farm.
They lived in the farm, and in the farm there were cows.
Yeah, just like my daddy and my mommy took me to see my grandmother.
Yes, yes.
She's in the farm.
Okay, and you know what happens in the farm?
Yeah, there's some...
What do you find?
There's some chicken.
Yes.
And some pigs.
Yes.
Some cows.
Lots of that. So, lots of
And
cows
goats too.
and goats. Yes, you're right, George. And now this family that lived in the farm, there was a man who had two sons.
Two sons.
Two handsome sons. And one son was a bigger son,
Okay.
and there was a younger son. So that means there were two
Sons.
sons. So one day, as they were taking care of, helping their dad take care of the animals and the farm, the younger son, he came home and he was kind of not happy.
Oh, was he like me?
He was
today?
like you today.
Okay.
But this time not because of his big brother. He just felt like, taking care of the cows, taking care of the sheep, taking care of the chicks. He just felt like, he wasn't enjoying.
Yeah, so he said, hey, Dad, I'm bored of this cows.
I'm bored.
And it's so boring to
Yes.
see the farm.
And you know what? He just told his dad, Dad, please give me my share of wealth and give me my inheritance. Because
What is inheritance?
inheritance
Yeah.
is what you get from your family, your dad or your mom,
Okay.
and they choose to give you something that maybe is part of their wealth.
Hey, okay, Daddy, give me my inheritance.
Yes, the younger son
I'm
went.
bored of staying in this farm.
Yes,
the
that's-
pigs are boring, the dogs
Yes.
are boring, even the chickens are boring.
Everything
boring,
is so boring. Oh, I tell you, this younger son, he just kept complaining of how bored he was. And
Yeah,
you know what?
boring.
Yes. And
Yeah,
this,
I want out.
he wanted out.
Yeah.
Definitely, and he got it. Because his father, you know what he did, boys and girls? His father actually divided and gave him his portion of his Inheritance.
Inheritance. Was it like money?
It was, I think you would say it's something like money. Some of it is land or house, you know. And this time, I think this young man, he was given his money, his portion of money. Ooh, and he felt so rich.
So he was a rich young man.
He felt, ooh, I'm the richest kid on the block.
So what did he do? He just went away?
So what he did, this young man, he felt, ooh, I've got so much money. I need to have fun. I'm going to call all my friends.
Yes,
and then
we
need to have fun and have a party.
Party.
Yes, and you know what he did? In a few days, this boy, he set off and went to a far-off land.
Oh, he went far away.
He went far away.
Away from the boring fun.
Well, it wasn't boring, but he just felt like, you know, he needed more fun and more friends.
And more booging.
And more booging and eating and partying.
And party.
And I'm telling you, I
And
don't
more
know.
party.
And I'm telling you, this boy, he had lots of friends.
Oh.
And you know why
because
his
of
friends?
the money?
Yes, because of the money. His friends followed him.
Was he buying them sweets?
He bought them lots of things,
Lollipops
nice things,
and
sweets,
candies.
chocolates,
And
and
soda.
drinks. And you know what? I think he had
And
also
don't forget chocolate.
and chocolates. And you know what?
And ice cream.
You know what, George? I think he also had boys who are his friends and also girls.
Oh, he had girls?
Yes, he had so many girls following him because he was this real cool kid
Why would
that
he
had
want
lots
girls?
of money.
You know, my sister is so boring. I would not want to have girls as my friends.
I know, George. But you know what? He was the coolest rich kid. And
In
so
the
all
block. He was the coolest kid in the
he was
block.
the coolest kid on the block.
So he had party.
He had party and he
More
had
party.
friends. Yes.
Party.
Now
More
let's-
party.
Yes. And you know what?
Yeah.
After some time, because you cannot keep buying and buying and buying, and this time his money was just getting finished.
Uh-oh.
And the more he bought, the more his money got finished. And
So
guess
he
what?
should have saved.
He did not save, he just kept partying.
He did not save.
He did not save. You remember? He kept on partying and calling all his friends to come and have fun with him.
Uh-oh.
And guess what happened?
What happened?
He finished all his money. Uh-oh.
That
That's
doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good. And you know what? It meant that he had just squandered all his inheritance.
Hey, how about the friends? Did they help him?
His friends
Now
did
that
not help him.
He was in need. You know, he made many friends. You
Well,
know.
those
he
weren't-
bought them smokies and candy. So maybe they helped him.
No, I don't think so. All his friends left him. Those were the kind of
So
friends.
they were not good friends.
Those are the kind of friends that really have fun with you when you have money. And then when you
party.
don't have any money and there is no more partying, then they just leave you. That doesn't sound like very good friends.
What a
okay?
shame.
Sad, yeah? And you know what happened? After
happened?
after a while, in the country, there was some famine. And everyone was feeling hungry. And this young man didn't have any money to buy food or look for somewhere to stay. And he was out there, cold and hungry. And you know what he decided?
What did he do?
decided, I'm going to look for a place to work because I'm feeling hungry and I have nowhere to rest.
And no friends.
And no friends. He was,
was
so
lonely.
lonely.
He was a
so
loner.
lonely out there in the cold.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine?
Poor young man.
Poor young man.
He made bad choices.
He really made some bad choices. And you know, boys and girls, sometimes we really make bad choices like this young man. And so what he did, he went and looked for a job out somewhere in the farm. And this man who gave him a job, he told him,
I know. He was given the job of a manager, the top
no,
manager.
not really, not George.
No?
No, because it was already
okay.
taken.
How about assistant manager?
Not even an assistant manager.
That was taken too?
That was taken.
Oh, okay. How about the security?
Not even
Like the
security.
gatekeeper?
Not even security. You know what,
That was
George?
taken too?
That was taken.
So what did he do?
You know what he did? Now listen, George.
Okay,
He had
I'm
to
listening.
take care of the pigs.
The pigs?
Pigs,
The
yes.
stinky, dirty,
Stinky,
smelly
smelly
pig?
pigs.
Oh no.
Yeah?
He had to do that?
That is not a fun job, is it?
So did he have something to eat now?
Now, when you're feeding pigs, and pigs don't eat very nice food,
Yeah.
he had sometimes to
They
eat
eat
what the
leftovers.
pigs, they eat leftovers, they eat, not very fresh food.
Pigs are dirty. dirty.
Yes, pigs are not very clean. And you know what? He had sometimes to eat that.
What?
Pig's food. The pods, the smelly food, the leftovers.
Don't stop it. I feel like nausea. I feel like I want to throw up.
Yes, that's what this young man had to eat.
He had to eat that junk.
He had to eat because of his wrong choices.
He may get food poisoning.
Can you imagine from a hot, coolest kid on the block to eating with the pigs?
Oh no,
That
poor
sounds
young
not fun.
man.
Poor young man. And he was out there feeling cold. And you know, pigs really don't care and they don't look at you. All they want
all
is
they
eat.
say is oink, oink,
Oink,
oink.
oink, oink. Sometimes they even run over you. Sometimes they just come and you know, they bump on you.
Yeah.
And they are really not as nice as
And they
puppies.
don't go to the toilet anywhere else. They
Not
just go to
really.
the toilet right there.
It was really, really
So
not
this young
fun.
man was not having a good party
He
time.
wasn't having a good party time.
So what
And
did he
guess
do?
what? One day while he was just resting and thinking about his life, he remembered, in my father's house, the slaves, the servants who work for my father, they have a happy life, they eat good food, they wear good, decent clothes, and they really are happy. And he remembered, I'm a son of my father. Just like you and I, we belong to a God who wants the best for us. Okay? And so what this young man did, he decided to pack his things and he would go back to his father and tell him, Father, I have sinned against you. Please forgive me.
He decided to go back to his daddy.
He decided to go back to his daddy.
Yeah, that was the better choice.
Wasn't that a good choice?
So he told his the owner of the pig, hey, you know what? I don't want to work anymore.
I don't want to work anymore. I need to go back to my father. And
I
you know what?
quit.
And he quit. He quit the taking care of pigs.
I wanted to say that word. I quit.
He quit. And I'm telling you, it was such a good feeling because he started getting back home.
He went back to his daddy.
He went back to his daddy, his big brother, and he was, you know, when he was going home and it was on the plains and in the hills,
Yeah.
while he was walking with his little bag,
Yes.
his father spotted him.
Oh, you mean his daddy was
His
looking
father was looking every day
and waiting
and looking out in
hoping.
the fields and wondering, when will my son one day come back home?
So he saw him.
He saw his son.
Yeah.
And you know, like daddies, they get so happy to see their children.
Yes,
He just dropped everything that he was holding
Yes.
and ran and ran. And you know, this is an old man. And he ran as fast as his legs could take him. And he went, hugged his son.
Oh,
And he
goody.
was so happy, you know. And he looked at his son and he said, welcome home, my son. He gave him a big hug. And he
Woohoo.
told him, I'm so happy.
Like a bear hug.
Yes. And the son told him, Dad, forgive me for I have sinned and I'm coming back to you because I belong to this home. I am your child.
Wow, what a
Yeah.
good homecoming.
It was a warm homecoming. And his father called the servants, the people that were working for him, and he told them, bring the